The Ocean Within, Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 7. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the clang of armor had not yet given way to the sound of war. Arjuna still stood in awe of Krishna, who had revealed truth after truth, each deeper than the last. But now, Arjuna's heart was ready for something greater. His mind, once clouded by doubt, longed for knowledge, not just of duties and actions, but the eternal essence behind all things. Krishna, he asked, you've spoken of the self, of yoga, and of meditation. But tell me now, who are you really? What is the source of this universe? And how can one know you in truth? Krishna smiled, the sunlight shimmering around him like gold. Listen well, Arjuna, he said. Now I shall reveal to you the supreme knowledge, both the knowledge of the mind, jnana, and the wisdom of realization, vijnana. With this, there will remain nothing further for you to know. Arjuna nodded, and Krishna began. The story of Anvi and the ocean, far from Kurukshetra, in a coastal village nestled beside the vast ocean, lived a young girl named Anvi. She was curious, always asking questions about the world around her. One day, as she watched the waves roll in and out, she asked her father, a simple fisherman, "Father, where do the waves go after they crash? And where do they come from?" Her father smiled and said, "They come from the ocean, and they return to it." Anvi thought deeply. Then the wave is not separate from the ocean? "No, my child," he said, "the wave only appears separate, but its true nature is ocean." That night, as she lay in bed, Anvi dreamed of walking on the sea. The waves whispered to her, "We are not many. We are one. We rise and fall, but we never leave the ocean." She awoke with wonder. What is the ocean of everything? She asked herself. Back on the battlefield, Krishna explained, "Arjuna, I am that ocean. Everything arises from me. All things, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intellect, and ego, are my lower nature. But beyond this is my higher nature, the living force within all beings." He paused, then said with great gentleness, "Know this, I am the cause of all that exists. There is nothing beyond me. All the worlds rest in me like pearls strung on a thread." Arjuna's eyes widened. "Pearls on a thread?" "Yes," Krishna said. "Just as the thread runs through all pearls unseen, I run through all creation. I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and moon, the sacred syllable Om in all the Vedas. I am the fragrance of the earth, the heat and fire, and the life in all beings. I am the intelligence of the intelligent, the strength of the strong, and the desire that aligns with righteousness, the sage and the forseekers." In a forest hermitage lived a wise sage named Vyamdev, known across the land for his profound wisdom. One day, forseekers arrived, each from a different path of life. The first, a merchant, said, "Master, I seek wealth and safety. I pray to God when I'm afraid." The second, a scholar, said, "I study scriptures and seek truth. I wish to understand the nature of the divine." The third, a sorrowful man, said, "My life has been filled with pain. I pray to end my suffering." The fourth, a quiet soul, said simply, "I seek only the Lord. Nothing else interests me." Vyamdev welcomed them all. "You have each begun your journey toward the divine," he said. "Though your reasons differ, all paths, if walked with sincerity, will lead to the one." They looked puzzled. "But are all motives equal?" the scholar asked. "No," Vyamdev replied, "but they are stepping stones. Some come to God in distress, some in curiosity, some in pursuit of knowledge, and some in devotion. But the one who loves God alone, he is the most dear." Then he pointed to the sky. "The rain falls on all, but only the open vessel collects it. Open your heart fully, and you shall receive divine wisdom." On the battlefield, Krishna echoed this to Arjuna. Among thousands of men, perhaps one seeks me. Among those who strive, perhaps one truly knows me. The world is deluded by the three qualities of nature: sattva, goodness; rajas, passion; and tamas, ignorance. These bind souls to illusion, making them worship lesser powers, forgetting the one behind all forms. But Krishna continued, "Those whose delusion is destroyed by wisdom take refuge in me alone. They understand that I am the eternal source of all creation." Arjuna asked, "Then why do so many worship other gods and powers?" Krishna replied, "Whatever deity a person worships with faith, I make that faith steady. Their wishes may be fulfilled, but those rewards are temporary. Those who worship me, the unmanifest, eternal supreme, attain the highest goal." The real treasure. Anvi grew up always pondering the nature of the ocean and of God. She traveled to temples, studied scriptures, and met sages. But nothing satisfied her heart fully. One day, sitting by the sea, she closed her eyes and meditated on the waves, rising, falling, never ending. She suddenly felt something shift. The ocean was no longer just water, it was consciousness. The waves were thoughts, forms, people, lives. Everything was the ocean. Everything was God. Tears streamed down her face, not of sadness, but of recognition. "You are everything," she whispered, "and yet you are beyond everything." Back at Kurukshetra, Krishna ended his teachings of that chapter with one profound truth: "Arjuna, all this is my divine illusion. But those who surrender to me cross beyond it. They're the wise who see me everywhere, in all beings and all things. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end." Conclusion. The essence of Chapter 7. Jnana Vijnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge and wisdom, where Krishna reveals his divine nature and explains the knowledge of both material and spiritual worlds. Krishna reveals himself as the ultimate source of all creation, both the material and spiritual energies. True wisdom is not just intellectual jnana, but experiential vijnana. Many approach God for different reasons: fear, curiosity, knowledge, or devotion. But the highest is the devotee who seeks God alone. The world is veiled by the illusion of nature's three qualities, but surrender to God helps one transcend this delusion. Understanding the divine behind all forms leads to liberation and eternal union with the Supreme. In the ocean of existence, we are all waves seeking to remember that we are never separate. Chapter 7 is an invitation to know, not just the world, but the divine thread behind it all. Through knowledge and in wisdom, the soul begins to remember its origin, the eternal, the infinite, the one.